Assalamualaikum and very good morning to Sir Sharmin. First, I want to introduce myself. My name is Sabrina Binti Alang Yahya from CBS Student. For today, me and my friend will explain about electronic and telephone etiquette. Telephone etiquette is proper telephone etiquette and important measures of communication. Since you're present not only for yourself but on your department and university. Remember to use proper telephone etiquette with the answering or making call with your respondent. This is one of succession from making your phone conversation more effective. First point is using phrases such as thank you and bis. Learning outcome demonstrate the knowledge of prominent normative ethic framework, consequentiality, deontological, and virtue. Appreciate the vital role of good customer service and appreciate how they contribute to the customer experience. The telephone and you provide helpful hints and proven techniques. Part of doing business means doing business over the phone. Phone is important instrument in daily business. Way to sound as good as you really are. Alertness. Show that you are wide awake, ready to engage in conversation. Naturalness. For example, use simple, straightforward language. Avoid technical terms.
Can do and what we cannot do when we call our friend, family, teacher, or somebody else. Let's start the sharing. Number 1, we should speak clearly. Make sure that every word we speak are clearly when we call the caller. Because of that, when we speak not clearly, they could not understand what you want to say. Also, we cannot speak loudly and softly because when we say loudly, this will become a very unresponsible them. We could not say softly is because when we say softly, they could not listen. So, we must say clearly when we want to talk the caller in the phone. Number 3, we should make the caller feel welcome. If we do the business, we use the sticky face to chat with them. I think the customer will feel very angry and drop out the phone and go to complain with your boss. And lastly, you will lose your job and got fired. If you don't want this happen, you must very responsible them and let them happy and let them feel comfortable. Lastly, you will got successful, and if the job itself, you finally will got successful hit the target. Right now, we can do and cannot do when we call the caller. This topic is finished already. Right now, we move on to the mental picture. The mental picture. The alphabet P is called pitch. The alphabet I is called inflection. The alphabet C is courtesy. The alphabet T is tone. The alphabet U is understanding. The alphabet R is rate. The last alphabet E is invocation.
Assalamualaikum and selamat sejahtera. I know Syaza Khalida Binti Hisham. I want to talk about mental picture. Mental picture is experience that on most occasions significantly resemble of experience of visually perceiving some object, event or scene, but occurs when the relevant object, event or scene is not the same. Mental picture can sometimes produce the same effect as will be produced by the behavior or experience imagined. Mental picture. P is pitch, high or low. Lower is better and is also more pleasant. I is attention. Use voice that express either of moods. Don't talk in a monotone. Voice naturally resists a question or inquiry. Voice falls a period, decision or completion. C is courtesy. Common everyday applies to some as face-to-face conversations. Bring courtesy to the office. T is tones. It's not how many times you say it, but how you say it. U is understanding. Avoid talking with anything in your mouth. Example, gum or pencil. R is rate. Rate of speech should be added to personality of contact. Fast talker can arouse suspicion. Slow talker can be irritating. E is enunciate. Clear enunciations will help a voice. Misunderstanding and need to repeat.
Okay, now I want to explain about the key to listening well. As an introvert like me, it makes me tend to be understood as someone who is easy to be a listener to. That is a natural thing. Introversion is indeed more often seen as a form of passive and self-forcing compared to introversion, which is more open and outgoing. Passive and being a listener often sound easy. Just keep quiet and listen to other talk and then respond as needed. But it turns out that it is not an easy thing because in fact being an effective listener is one form of good communication as an integral part of effective speech. If most people already know how to speak effectively, it's not so much being an effective listener. Most people think being a good and effective listener just about do not speak when others speak, make the speaker know that we are interestingly based on research published by the Harvard Business Review (HBR). It explained that this is not a form of good listening ability. Based on the research conducted by HBR, they found that first good and effective listener and those who keenly ask questions that can inspire inspiration and understanding. The question present attempt to challenge all assumption, but it is done in a constructive way. That is why sitting and silent listening do not necessarily prove that someone is listening. On the other hand, asking good question will tell the speaker that the listener is not only listening to what is being said but is also able to understand and learn more information. A good listener will create an approach of two-way dialogue, not one-way. A healthy interaction so what the message in communication can be conveyed well and actively. Second, and a good listener is also able to develop one's self-confidence. That means listener will be able to evaluate the discussion experience positively. Curtain is will not happen if the listener is a passive person or even too critical.
Caller on hold. Okay, the number one is always put for permission. So the example is A. Will you hold while I get your file? B. Can you hold with me while I see messages arrival? And C. Always stands for the call you hold it. And transferring a caller. A. Always transfer for the caller to the desired person. And B. Extension not to the operator. C. Limit number of transfer. D. Save the caller time from explaining issues again. D. The caller who you are transferring. And E. Announce the caller to the person you are transferring. And talking phone message. And A. extensions not to the operator and limit member of spam first. Set the caller's time for explaining issues again and the caller who you are transferring and announce the caller to the person you are transferring. Okay, so we go to taking phone message. Phone message should always include and caller's name and company names and times and dates of all and what the call regarding and is a follow-up on the return call is needed and phone number. So that's all. Thank you.
Leaving a voice or phone message. Phone message should always include your name, company name, time, date of call, what the time is regarding is possible. If a follow-up or register call is needed, phone number, office of home, leaving a voice phone message. Phone message should always include your name and company name, what the call is regarding, time and date of call. If a follow-up or register call is needed, phone number, office of home. Speak slowly, even respect the phone number, include area code. Last impression before sending the call away, make sure you answer all the call questions, where and when the place a strike has a neat day. It was next being with you. Left the call him up first. Don't give more than your first name.
Next, don't get personal, even if they do. This meaning is never break the personal privileges, even when they do. For example, if has some coworker badmouth you and speak badly your background, you just be confident. Don't care person say what, just do it yourself. Whatever they say your background is badly, if you have listened, you just be more confident and ignore them and keep calm. Don't fight back with them.
Hi, my name is Syakira and I want to talk about putting color on hold. So we have to always put for the permission. So the example is, will you hold while I get your file? And can you briefly while I see the messages available? And always thanks for the caller for holding. So you go to transferring the caller. So we have to always transfer for the caller to the desired person. And extensions not to the operator and limit member of spam first. Set the caller's time for explaining issues again and the caller who you are transferring and announce the caller to the person you are transferring. Okay, so we go to taking phone message. Phone message should always include and caller's name and company names and times and dates of all and what the call regarding and is a follow-up on the return call is needed and phone number. So that's all. Thank you.
Okay, now I want to explain about create a good first impression. If they just a quick glance, maybe the 3 seconds for someone to evaluate you when you meet for the first time. In this short time, the other person form an opinion about you based on your appearance, your body language, your demeanor, your mannerism, and how you are dressed. How to create a good first impression? First, be on time. Someone you are meeting for the first time will not be interested in your good excuse for running late. Second, present yourself appropriately. Of course, practical application matters. The person you are meeting for the first time does not do. So your appearance is usually the first clue he or she has to go on. Third, be yourself. Yes, making a good first impression does mean you need to fit in the some degree, but it does mean losing yourself or pretending to be someone you're not. Fourth, you have a winning smile, and then you be open and confident, and then use small talk, and the last be positive.
If your phone message greeting, make it professional. Answer by the third string. Reach for a pad and pen and pay attention.